onion rings in the air fryer from scratch. Stay tuned, I'll show you how. If I were to tell you that you could prepare homemade beer battered onion rings in the air fryer, would you think I was crazy? Well, maybe I am. And I'm telling you, you can. Well, sort of. I know you've all heard that you really can't put wet batters into an air fryer. It's true on its own. But if you add some crumbs to the outside of the batter, well, then you can get away with it. So I'm going to show you how to make the best air fried homemade beer batter onion rings in this episode. So when I make my onion rings today, I'm going to use both of my air fryers. The reason why, I kind of want to compare them, and I really haven't made too many air fried items in my Ninja Foodi yet. I've done a lot of griddling on it, but I've done very little air frying. So I'm going to test them both out today, see which one produces the better product, and I'll give you a little review on my Foodi. Alright, to get started here, let me go ahead and start cutting my onions. So, even with the peel on, I'm going to go ahead and get into my slicing here. Save those. You can use those for stock. Throw them in the freezer. Now, I'm going to make about 1/2 inch size slices. Try to make them even all the way down. It's looking pretty good. We want to make these even. Go ahead, take off that outer one there, get the skin off there, and just kind of separate these into rings. That one's a good one. And I'm going to go ahead place these on a plate. And it's very important, especially for your air fryer, that you save these little ones. Don't throw them away. You're going to see why. Alrighty. There we go. That should be enough for what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make 2 coatings here. A wet batter and a dry batter. Now, for my wet batter, basically that's going to be our beer batter. And for my dry batter, I'm going to be using my cornflake crumbs. I've seen many different variations on air fried vegetables, and a lot of them use breadcrumbs or panko breadcrumbs. Even some are using pork skin crumbs. But so far, my experience has been that these right here, these work great. Get nice browning on those, nice crispiness, and so that's what I'm going to go with. Now, for my wet batter, my beer batter, I'm going to put in about 1/2 cup of beer. And to that, I'm going to add 1 large egg. And I'm going to add, for a little bit of flavor, about a tablespoon of Sriracha. A little bit of heat and a little bit of flavor. I'm going to go ahead and let me mention that I use cold beer. Don't use warm beer. You've got to use cold beer for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and whisk this together. Until the egg is incorporated into my beer. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some flour. Probably about 2 tablespoons at a time. Now I'm not really going to whisk it in. I'm going to fold it in. You really don't want to create any glutens to this, because if we start creating gluten, then it's going to be kind of mushy and gooey and doesn't work so well. Now, so Let me go ahead and start adding some flour. Don't worry about the lumps. They will work themselves out. So we're just going to incorporate a little bit at a time until I have about the consistency of a nice pancake batter. Not too thick, not too thin. And like I said, don't worry about the lumps. They will work themselves out as I fold this in. So we're almost there. Probably about another 2 tablespoons and we'll have my desired thickness. There is no exact measurement on this. Just gotta mix it until you get that right consistency. Weather even has a lot to do with the humidity. And hopefully you don't make a mess like I am right now. I got about 1 more tablespoon to go here. Now, if you put too much in, just add a little bit of cold water. Too much meaning too much flour. If it gets a little thick on you, no problem. But you're only going to want to add just like a teaspoon of water at a time. And my consistency is looking just about perfect right now. Okay, so for my dry breading, we're just going to go in with my cornflake crumbs. And we're going probably about a cup to begin with. If I need to add more later, I can always do that. We'll set that to the side. We'll start dredging our onion rings. Now what I want to do also is to go ahead and put a piece of parchment paper out to lay our onion rings on so we don't make a mess. So we go in with our onion ring, get it nice and coated. Drip off any of the excess. Into our cornflake crumbs. And add onto the paper. And we'll just keep doing this and repeating until I have them all coated. Before I actually put my onion rings in the air fryers, we need to preheat both of these air fryers. So I'm going to go ahead and set this for air crisp, and I'm going to set the temp at 375 and my time down to 8 minutes. And go ahead and start. That's going to go ahead and preheat over here. I'm going to fry for 375, 8 minutes, and we'll start. Get these things both heated up. Then we're going to spray both pans with some oil. I use a neutral oil here. I'm using avocado oil. So we'll get the pan sprayed, and we'll also give the onion rings a spray as well. It's very important that we do that because that's what's going to give the onion rings a crispiness. Alright, so my air fryer over here is asking me to add food. So what I'm going to do, open it up, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a generous coating of oil on the bottom. And now in go our onion rings. Remember what I was telling you about the small ones? Because it's an air fryer and we need to make sure we have plenty of, that one's not going to work, plenty of room I'm going to put the small onion rings inside the large ones. Oh, I'm getting asked to load my other one now. There we go. And I think I'll take this one here. And should be able to fit that one in there. We'll give it a good spray. Make sure we coat the onion rings thoroughly. And we'll get that started. Now, we'll go over to my other air fryer. I don't break it. Give the pan a generous spray. Onion rings. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit on these smaller ones inside these medium-sized onion rings, but it looks like I have plenty of room in this air fryer, so this is not going to be an issue like my other. Make room for one more, and I think that's right there. Give it a generous spray. There we go. Now, normally you have to flip your food in an air fryer. Now the onion rings. They're going to brown up really nice and should be nice and crispy. So, we'll be back in about 7.5 minutes. Alright, so both air fryers have completed their cycle. It smells fantastic in here. I haven't even opened this yet. And wow, look at that. Looks like one blew over a little bit, but nice and brown and crispy. Let's see what we look like over here. The same, nice and brown and crispy. So what I do is I put these on a rack. You do not want to put these on a plate because all they're going to do is steam and then get all mushy. So you don't want to do that. Put them on a rack. Now, if you're going to eat all these, great. If you're not, you can put these in a bag, put them in the freezer, and easily warm them up in the air fryer for like 2 minutes or so, and it'd be just as if you made them fresh. All right, so these up here are out of my Instapot air fryer, and these in the back row are out of my Ninja Foodi. So I need to do a comparison. And as you can see, they look great. They smell good. I know I already said it, but they really do. Do they smell good, Lori? She's nodding her head yes. Wow. And they sound nice and crispy. There we go. They look like onion rings to me. All right, so let's do some comparison here. And I guess we'll go with this one here. Ninja Foodi. Look at that. Brown on both sides. Nice and crispy. It's gonna be hot. Fantastic. That is one heck of an onion ring. So that works. I think, is it our first time that we've used the Foodi for air frying? I think so. I'm impressed. Now, I'm going with one of these small ones. My Instapot. Same sort of crispiness. Same great flavor. Cooked perfectly. And it's not all falling apart. You ever get an onion ring You bite into it and the onion falls out and the breading separates, and what a mess. I think these are a hit. Nice and crispy, just like you would get out of a deep fat fryer, and with less fat. So I think it's a winner. Winner, winner, onion ring dinner. So this episode shout out goes out to all the newly retired Sarahs out there. May your retirement years be just as exciting as your active duty years. And welcome to the club. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly share. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.